Larry Bird, a champion and one of the best players who's ever played in the NBA to this day. Now, there are a lot of reasons for Bird's greatness, but some people don't know all of them. So in today's video, we'll be covering 10 of the major reasons that he ended up being such a phenomenal player in history. Number 10, his drive to play the game of basketball. Bill Walton spoke up recently to talk about Larry Bird on a podcast. While Walton was only Bird's teammate for one full season with the Boston Celtics, he still got the Larry Bird experience. Walton explained that Bird never wanted a break. A perfect game for Bird would be if there wasn't any halftimes or timeouts during the games. He also didn't want rest days in between. Bird wanted to play a game every single day of the week and didn't care much for waiting around and preparing. Walton said it was a reason why he was so great, because his drive to play was just insurmountable. Number 9, practice. Okay, it may sound a little too obvious, but Bird's ability to practice was a major reason for his success in the league. A former coach had been asked what made Bird so amazing when he was playing, and that coach responded by saying, "Practice and hard work. I have been around basketball for a long time, both as a player and a coach, and have seen some players come and go, but I have yet to find anyone who has Larry's determination or plays with more intensity. He is a student of the game and a perfectionist." Number 8, he raises the play of his teammates. One thing that a superstar player always has to do in the NBA in order to have success is to raise the play of your teammates. Bird was always able to do just that. Larry showed this ability when he was still in college by taking the Indiana State Sycamores all the way to the NCAA championship game. And the next year, he took the Celtics from one of their worst seasons in franchise history all the way into the Eastern Conference Finals. Plus, Robert Parrish was considered a lazy and unmotivated player when he arrived in Boston. That was until he met up with Bird and changed his career around. Number 7, he didn't play for very long. The fact that Bird wasn't able to play for that long compared to other superstars in league history just proves how incredible he really was. His accolades and numbers could be paired up with many other greats, and he didn't get to play as long as a lot of those guys did. He made the most out of every season, and the reason for his early retirement was because of a bad back injury. But even while playing injured, Bird wound up leading his team to critical playoff wins. This dude just never backed down. Number 6, the wrist roller. Now, we all know by now that Larry Bird had one of the greatest jump shots of all time. He was knocking down three-pointers with ease, and he explained that the reason for his shooting dominance was because he used a wrist roller consistently. Bird continued by saying that it completely changed the way that he approached the game. He started when he was 10 to 12 years old and now teaches it to younger kids hoping to have his level of success. To further prove that this method was a reason he was so great, it's interesting to know that Kevin Durant uses this same method, and we all know how amazing Durant has turned out to be over the years. Number 5, he didn't play for fame. This is a big deal nowadays. A lot of younger players only get into professional sports for the fame and publicity that it can give them. However, Bird just wasn't like that at all. He was actually a very shy person when he was in high school and college, and all he ever wanted to do was go out, play basketball, and do whatever he could to help his team win the game at hand. Former coaches who worked with Bird actually explained that not too long ago. They said that he would even get embarrassed when other people would make a big deal out of one of his games. This allowed him to be a phenomenal and selfless teammate, something that instantly makes you a better basketball player. Number 4, he was a true leader. We've already mentioned his selflessness and ability to raise his teammates' level of play, but what we haven't spoken about yet is his leadership off the court. Everybody who knew Bird understood that if he spoke out about something, it had to be serious. One time, Bird's Celtics got crushed by the LA Lakers by 33 points in the NBA Finals. Larry didn't hide his frustrations after the game and told the media that his team played like a bunch of women. He was so respected by his teammates that they didn't take any offense to the comments whatsoever. In fact, they raised their level of play again because they realized they did play horribly. And Boston wound up winning that championship in the end for the second time in 4 years. And I can almost guarantee it wouldn't have happened without Bird speaking out. And you know what else? Bird probably ended up being such a great leader because he was subscribed to the channel. If you guys hope to end up being a leader like Larry Bird was on the basketball court, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Number 3, confidence. Larry never lacked confidence at all. Sometimes you could say that he even had a little too much of it, though I think you gotta have that level of confidence to shoot the ball like he did. Every time he took a jump shot, he expected it to drop, regardless of how covered he was or how far he shot it. In some games, he would even tell opposing players that he was about to shoot the ball, and they still couldn't stop him. This one story embodies this, and it happens to involve Xavier McDaniel. With the game on the line, the Celtics were setting up an inbounds pass. Bird walked over to McDaniel and said, "I'm getting the ball and I'm going to shoot it right here in your face and win this game." The play starts right after that, and sure enough, Bird grabbed the ball and shot it in the exact spot that he said he would. He also made the shot and won the game for his team, just like he said he would. McDaniel explained that after he made the shot, Bird looked back at him and said, "I didn't mean to leave 2 seconds on the clock." That level of confidence is unmatched. Number 2, his intelligence. There have been many stories going around about Bird's intelligence on the basketball court. Some described him as knowing what was about to happen on the floor before it ever took place. That was the case during the Eastern Conference Finals game between the Celtics and the Detroit Pistons. With the game on the line, Bird saw a play about 3 seconds before it was inbounded. He swooped in, stole the ball, and helped score the game-winning basket. Opposing players knew that if Bird was on the other side, you had to be very careful about who you were passing the ball to, because he just understood the game so well. Number 1, it has to be his trash talk. A simple Google search regarding Larry Bird's trash-talking skills will give you all you need to know about this guy. Bird had an uncanny ability to trash talk at a high level. That trash talking often led to opposing players getting frustrated and acting out of character. And of course, this led to mistakes that Larry easily cashed in on down a stretch of games. In fact, the legendary Clyde Drexler even explained that he was bodied by Bird as a rookie in the league. Drexler said, "I was guarding him my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, 'You can't stop me.' I looked at him and said, 'Gosh, boy, you're so confident.' He goes, 'Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything.' And right after that conversation ended, Bird went ahead and scored 10 straight points on him, and the coach took Drexler out of the game. And to make it even worse, while it was all happening, Bird was laughing at him. That kind of story is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to his vocality on the floor. I'm telling you, there's not many players out there who can maintain a level head when they're being berated like that by a guy who a lot of other players looked up to. That does it for this one, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out why 5 teams passed on drafting Larry Bird next.